The hallway echoed with the usual after-lunch chaos, sneakers screeching on polished tile, shouted jokes, locker doors slamming. But Anaya was quiet. She always was. At 14, she had mastered the art of silence. It was her shield. She walked with her arms wrapped tightly around her books, head down, as if the ground offered more kindness than the people she passed. Anaya had always known she was different. Her clothes didn't carry logos, her backpack was fraying at the seams, and she brought simple homemade food in a reused grocery bag while others flaunted their lunch deliveries. It wasn't that she minded being poor, she minded being mocked for it. And in middle school, the smallest things became the loudest laughs. It all started in the library. She thought she was alone, earbuds in, eyes closed. She sang softly under her breath while organizing returned books. Music was her only escape, and she treated it like a prayer, personal, sacred. What she didn't know was that Kyle, the self-proclaimed class comedian, had walked in behind her and started recording. "Yo!" he shouted, startling her. "That was you? Dang, didn't know poor girl had pipes." Anaya flushed red, pulling the earbuds out, stunned into silence. Kyle wasn't finished. He turned the phone to himself, grinning. "Okay, TikTok, listen to this. I'm challenging this girl right here to sing in 9 languages at Friday's talent show. Yeah, 9, since she's so talented, let's see what she's got." And with that, the video was posted. By the next morning, over 1,000 students had watched it. Comments ranged from "LOL, she's gonna choke" to "who sings in 9 languages? Is that even a thing?" And instead of stopping it, the school unknowingly endorsed it. The principal, unaware it had started as a joke, thought it would be inspiring. They announced it as the final act of the show, even printing it in the flyers. Anaya wanted to disappear. She hadn't signed up, she hadn't agreed, but her silence was taken as confirmation. Backed into a corner, humiliated before she'd even opened her mouth, she couldn't sleep or eat. And what hurt most, no one spoke up for her, except one person, Mr. Blake. To most of the school, Mr. Blake was just the janitor. Quiet, middle-aged, graying at the temples, with gentle eyes and a limp he never explained. Students ignored him, some even mocked him behind his back. But what they didn't know was that Mr. Blake used to be someone else, before tragedy took everything, before the divorce, before the accident, before he lost his music school, a broken bar, and his wife. Now, he worked 2 jobs to raise his daughter alone. He swept the school floors, changed light bulbs, fixed broken doors, and he watched, not nosily but with the kind of fatherly attentiveness. He saw the kids others overlooked, and when he saw Anaya being set up for failure, something inside him stirred. The day after the announcement, he found her alone behind the auditorium, eyes swollen, voice hoarse from crying. She flinched when he approached, expecting another jab. Instead, he sat down beside her and offered a bottle of water. "You sang in the library," he said softly. "It wasn't bad." Anaya blinked, startled. "You a broken bar heard me?" He nodded. "I hear a lot. I used to teach vocals. Multilingual once, actually." Anaya stared. "You a broken bar taught singing? Like, for real?" "For real," he replied. "Opera, jazz, Bollywood, K-pop, you name it." "Then what are you doing here?" He gave a tired smile. "Raising a daughter, and doing what I can." There was a long pause. Then she whispered, "They want me to sing in 9 languages. I can't even do one." "Maybe not yet," he said, "but I can help you, if you want." Anaya shook her head. "They're going to laugh again." "Then let's give them something worth listening to." They met every afternoon in the old music room the school no longer used. Dusty pianos, a cracked chalkboard, and frayed carpets became their stage. Mr. Blake brought printouts of lyrics in Spanish, French, Hindi, Italian, Korean, Arabic, Swahili, Japanese, and English. He taught her the basics: pronunciation, breath control, emotional tone. Day after day, she improved. Her voice grew steadier, her posture taller. He taught her to feel the spirit of each language, how French was romantic, Italian passionate, Swahili full of rhythm, Korean bright and melodic. He didn't just teach her how to sing, he taught her why people sing, and she, in turn, brought something back to him: purpose. It was the first time he'd smiled in years without forcing it. In the hallway, Kyle and others still mocked her. 9 languages, huh? Can you even spell 9? But she didn't shrink anymore. She just walked past them, humming to herself. Something had changed. The night of the talent show arrived. The auditorium was packed. The air buzzed with chatter and cheap perfume. Acts came and went, a juggling, poetry, awkward magic tricks, a dancing duo with light-up shoes. Finally, the principal walked on stage. Our final act tonight, a broken bar, a student who bravely accepted a very unusual challenge. Please welcome me, a broken bar, Anaya. There was a mix of cheers and giggles. Backstage, Anaya stood frozen. Her hands trembled, her throat tightened. You okay? Mr. Blake asked gently. I'm scared, she whispered. That's normal. Just remember why you're doing this. For me, he nodded. For you. She stepped onto the stage. The spotlight blinded her for a second. Phones came up. Some kids already had smirks. Then a silence. And she sang, first in English, then Hindi, then French, then Japanese. Her voice grew stronger with every verse, more confident, more alive. She swayed gently, closing her eyes, letting the languages pour through her like rain. Arabic, Korean, Italian, Spanish, Swahili, each one landed like magic. By the 6th language, the smirks were gone. By the 9th, the auditorium was breathless. Not a phone moved, not a whisper stirred. When she hit the final note and the lights dimmed, there was a long pause followed by thunderous applause. Students stood, some clapped with tears in their eyes. Even the teachers looked stunned. Kyle stared in disbelief. His phone had dropped to his lap. The joke, he a broken bar, wasn't funny anymore. It was history. Backstage, Mr. Blake waited. When Anaya saw him, she broke into a run and hugged him tight. You did it, he whispered. No, she said, smiling through tears. We did. The video went viral, again, but this time, the captions read, she sang in 9 languages and made the school cry. From bullied to brilliant. Janitor turns vocal coach. You won't believe her voice. The school held an assembly the next week. The principal publicly apologized for not seeing the bullying sooner. Kyle was suspended for digital harassment. And Anaya, she was offered a full scholarship to the State Arts Academy. The head of admissions had watched the video and called personally. And Mr. Blake, he was offered a new job, director of the school's music department. They asked him how he had trained a student in 9 languages in just a week. His answer? I didn't teach her to sing in 9 languages. I reminded her she had something worth saying. Months passed. Anaya began writing her own songs mixing languages, telling stories of resilience. Her online following grew. Interviews came, radio, podcasts. People asked, who inspired you? And every time, she said the same name. Mr. Blake, the janitor, the teacher, the father I never had. Eventually, she wasn't just a girl who could sing in 9 languages. She became the girl who turned laughter into applause. The girl who proved one voice, when believed in, can echo through hearts across the world. Moral of the story: sometimes, the world tries to bury your light under shame, silence, and jokes. But with the right guide, the right heart, and a little bit of courage, a broken bar, you don't just rise, you soar. And sometimes, heroes don't wear capes, they wear custodial uniforms and carry mops.